Let me say one thing. I was going to hold this until Wednesday, but I think there are people who are confused about this moment that happened yesterday. The Rams were driving, and it ultimately worked out. The Rams had to use a red flag to make it work out.
Oh, yeah, explain
this. It was
this.
a third down catch by Puka Nacua. And I went back and watched the broadcast last night to hear what was said. Joe Davis and Greg Olson were on the call. And after the catch was made, multiple times reference was made to the fact that replay assist was involved and that replay assist had overturned the ruling on the field.
Right.
So then we see what I think is a fairly rare development where after replay assist comes in to overturn.
Right.
So the way it was characterized, this is ruled a catch on the field. Replay assist came in and overturned it.
Right.
And then Sean McVay threw a red flag to overturn the overturning.
And then Chris was yelling in the viewing room going, how could this happen? What did they're going to make the Rams challenge after they overruled and incorrectly and made it a non-catch after it was a catch.
Right, and so I was confused about what's the standard here? What has to be clear and obvious when you already have a finding incorrect that it was clear and obvious it wasn't a catch? What are you overruling when you throw the red flag? Do you just have clear and obvious evidence? Not even that, just non-clear and obvious evidence it was a catch, clear and obvious evidence it wasn't, whatever. Anyway, I poked around a little bit on this. The league's position is that replay assist was never involved.
Yeah.
Well, how did that happen?
Right.
How did we hear Fox on its broadcast mention twice before the commercial break and then suggested it once after the commercial break when they explained the outcome of the play that replay assist wasn't involved? And this gets to my broader point here, and I think that we need to shine a light on this because it's got the potential to come up in any game. Nobody knows when, where, and how replay assist is going to be activated.
Right.
It's just this weird, vague specter that, oh, replay assist, boom, fix that. What about this? Oh, I don't know. Really, he's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
They
didn't do it that time. I don't know why, but they didn't do it.
He got something bad for lunch. I don't know. That fish was sitting out a little too long, and he's not checked. Because there was the play the other night, the Tyreek Hill. Clearly, not a catch on the sideline. Where's replay assist?
Yeah, right.
So they need more transparency and consistency if they're going to use this. I like it generally, but it can't just be this weird thing where we just spin the wheel and see what happens on any given play, especially if we're going to be left with the impression from the broadcast that replay assist was involved and screwed it up.
Yeah.
That's what makes it even worse.
Right.
And I'm still getting emails from people saying, what the hell happened on that play? Because even though I wrote about it, we got a cascade of stories on Sunday. You're not going to see all of them. People are confused because in their mind, it was a catch. Replay assist screwed it up when it clearly shouldn't have been overturned, and then Sean McVay had to use a red challenge flag and risk a timeout to fix the thing that was fixed when it wasn't broken.
Yeah, right. No, I hear you. I think you're exactly right. I think coaches sometimes aren't sure what the hell's going on in this department. I think it definitely needs to get cleaned up a little bit. I think there's been a few moments in all 3 weeks where I think coaches, we saw it in the Tampa game yesterday, right at the end of the football game with Emeka Ibuka, where I believe it was under 2 minutes too, and Todd Bowles and company were like, wait, you guys aren't going to review this? And he called a timeout. I don't know if you maybe were interviewing one of the players.
No, I remember generally that starting, and I think the phone rang right after that. What happened? Did they review it and overturn it?
He called a timeout. And then I believe they challenged it, and they kept the ruling on the field the same.
Well, that's automatic review, though.
It should have been automatic, but he didn't throw it. I don't think they actually did look at it.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.